Welcome to Tours Baseball Player Line, JV Edition. I am Mike Dudas, and this week I am once again here with my co-host, Bobby Schulz. Hey, Bobby, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Fine. How was your spring break?
It was pretty good. A lot of fun. A lot of baseball.
Never long enough, but it's time to get back to the grind, right?
Yep.
Who did you bring with us this week?
Today we have Roy Doggett and
How's it
Joseph
going?
Pena.
Roy and Joseph, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Pretty good,
Good,
pretty
good. How about
good.
you?
Doing great. Bobby, to get things started, tell us a little bit about both the guys.
I've played with both of them during baseball my whole life. We've been on the same teams together growing up. Roy plays center field. He's always been way faster than everyone. Joseph plays shortstop
Hmm.
and third. He's always been able to hit really well.
So you've been playing with them most, if not all, of your baseball life, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's just dive right into it, and we'll start with Roy. Roy, welcome to the show,
Thank
and
you, thank you.
tell me what grade are you in?
I'm in 10th grade.
You're in 10th grade. All right. So did you? Is this your first year on JV?
I played last year, but I was injured, so this is my first year actually playing.
All right. Then last year was just kind of a blur. It's just as an
Yes, sir.
abstract name, no one really played, right? So
Right, right.
you had a year to get ready, right, to recuperate.
Yes, sir.
So you said you got injured. What happened?
I tore my ACL playing basketball, so I was
Oh,
out for a good amount.
okay. So that's all cleared up and healed and everything.
It's perfect now. Yes, sir.
So you bring up basketball. So you play multiple sports?
I used to play basketball and football along with baseball, but I stopped after I hurt myself.
Probably kind of got scared and go, I better just choose the sport I want to
Yes,
play the
sir.
most, right? Yeah.
The safest one.
All right. So you're a baseball guy, and but you've been playing, I'm assuming, all since Little League. All
Yes, sir.
throughout.
Yes, sir.
So what positions have you played along in your career? I know it was just mentioned you play center field this year, but have you played any other positions?
Yes, sir. I pitched in all through Little League and I played infield as well, but I really focused on center field this year and pitching too.
So tell me about playing center field. What's the mechanics? What's your main job out there in center field?
Main job just to keep everything in front of me and make as many plays as I can and just to back up my pitcher and just to do good.
So do you consider the center fielder kind of the guy out there in the outfield directing traffic because you got one guy on either side of you? How do you communicate with your right
Yes, sir.
fielder?
So I'm always looking at them and I'm always trying to keep them level with me so that they can be like, so that they can make the same plays that I'm making. And then I'm also really vocal around the field to the outfielders and infielders as well.
What do you like the most about playing center field?
I like diving for pop flies.
Oh, okay. Have you
Yes,
had that
sir.
opportunity this year diving for um, like line drives?
There was one in the game, but I've had a few during inter squads, but that's it.
Hmm. All right. So we've already established you're a sophomore.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
what learning community are you in at Ball High?
I'm in biomed
Biomed. Okay. Are you in person or sale?
in person.
In person. All right. So what is your favorite class?
My favorite class is probably AP Human Geography with Mr. Bueller.
AP Human Geography. So why is that your favorite class? What attracts you to that class?
It's just like it talks about a lot of people and the people around the world, and it just helps me understand like how everything works. It really talks about everything. It's hard to explain, but it ranges from agriculture to like economics and everything.
And knowing Mr. Bueller, he probably makes it really interesting, correct?
He does, yes, sir. He likes to talk a lot, and but he's really interactive.
Well, that's great. All right. So we've established AP Human Geography is your favorite class. So what class do you have to really work hard at all the time to succeed?
My hardest class is probably AP Biology. I've never like science has never really been my best subject, but I've gotten way better at it this year.
So why are you taking AP Biology?
So I took regular biology in 8th grade and then pre-AP chemistry freshman year, and now I'm trying to knock out all the rest of the science courses.
So you can, especially the AP, then you can take a test and hopefully place out of college, that type of thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So do you have any aspirations of being in the medical field?
I did, but then after I rethought about it, I decided that it's probably not worth it to go to school for like 12 more years.
Yeah. It's a big commitment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Got to go to regular college and medical school and internship. So,
Right.
so
Yes, sir.
so what is your aspirations after high school?
I want to go to A&M, and then after that, go into the Navy.
Oh, wow. Well, congratulations on that. What
Thank
what
you.
attracts you going to the Navy?
My dad was a naval pilot, and it just seems like a pretty good gig.
Well, thank your dad for his service.
Yes, sir. Will do. Thank you.
All right, so let's move down to Joseph. Hey, Joseph, how are you doing?
Good, good.
All right, so yeah, I've seen you out playing shortstop um, this year. So tell me about playing shortstop. What's the easiest part? What's the hardest part? Just what's life like at shortstop?
I'd say the hardest part is making deep backhand plays, and then the easy part is just like flipping the ball to second base.
Mm. You like the double plays, doing the double plays,
Yes, sir. I
especially
like
when
making those plays.
they work, right?
Yes, sir.
So how do you communicate with your catcher, Bobby, when there's a runner in first and he's stealing and bang bang to get the throw down and
We just look at each other, and sometimes we'll just like nod our heads or just like do that, and then he'll make the throw every single time. Always getting people out.
listen to your dugout, run in, right?
Oh yeah, our dugout's loud.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's how you can keep you on your toes and alert, right?
Yes, sir.
So have you always played shortstop?
Not always. I played third and center field, but
Or
I'm mostly shortstop.
so you like shortstop the best?
Yes, sir.
All right. So academic wise, so you're a sophomore, right?
Yes, sir.
So you played baseball last year, right?
Yes, sir.
Or started to play before we stopped, right? So,
Yeah, Corona ruined it.
yeah. So technically, it's your second year in JV, and you've played little league all your life and just worked
Oh,
your
yeah.
way up, and here you are. Correct.
Yes, sir.
What small learning community are you in at Ballheim?
Oh, I'm in STEM.
STEM. Okay. So what do you like about STEM?
Um, I like my teachers. That's the big thing that I like.
Hmm. What's your favorite class?
English too. Miss Seiler, one of the best teachers.
Miss Lauren Seiler.
Yes, sir.
All right. So is that like English two, like pre AP or honors class?
Honors.
Honors. Okay. Bobby, all these smart guys. I think I commented on last show. Every guy, y'all have your schedules really loaded up with AP and honors classes, so it really keeps you on your toes. Correct.
Yes, sir.
So what do you like about English the most?
Miss Seiler makes a class real fun. Every time she teaches, I just like learning everything that she teaches. Like,
That's good. So I'm assuming you do reading, writing, that type of thing.
oh yes, sir. When it comes to essays, nobody can write better essays than me in that class.
Yeah, yeah. They come to you for help, right?
Yes, sir.
You're the tutor of the class, right?
Yes, sir.
All
No,
right.
I'm just kidding. Miss Seiler is.
Yeah, you're cracking up your fellow teammates over there. I like your confidence, Joseph. So,
Thank you.
so English. Has English always been your favorite class?
Sometimes not. My favorite classes are usually like history and science.
History and science. All right. So, what class do you have that you really have to work hard at all the time to
Ooh.
succeed?
I have two classes I have to work real hard for. That's chemistry two honors and algebra two honors. Those always keep me on my toes.
Yeah. So you're probably finding out with chemistry, and then you'll really find out physics. A lot more math, right? There's math in it.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So in chemistry, what do you do on a daily basis in your chemistry class?
On a daily basis, we've been doing like chemical equations and balancing um, what they call elements.
Hmm.
Yeah, those are real hard, especially when you have to like get the exact amount. That's real hard.
So along the way, did you have to memorize all the names of the different types of chemicals?
No, our teacher lets us use a periodic table.
Oh, okay. But you never had to do that because, that's always a student's nightmare when you have to memorize it, when they say, what is carbon or whatever, on the table or whatever. Well, that's
That would
good.
be a real nightmare.
That's so you have a full load. So all your classes are either pre-AP, honors, or AP, that type of thing.
Yes, sir.
So Roy and Joseph, I'm going to ask you both a question. Okay, so you play athletics, so that's the job in itself. Would you both agree? That's
For sure.
That's like a full-time job in itself. So you have your responsibilities, duties. You have to be here, there. Your bosses, your coaches, that type of thing. So how do you balance all of that with the hard class schedule that you have? I mean, you don't have an easy class schedule. I mean, I'll give that to you, right now. You don't. So, Roy, we'll start with you. How do you balance both? Because you could easily dig a big hole and not get out of it. So how do you balance it to keep your head above water?
Yeah, so I've always kept grades my priority, but along with baseball, but primarily grades. And usually after baseball, I'll take a nap so that I can like have longevity for the night to do my homework. And I'll usually stay up till like midnight and do my homework. And I wake up early too, but it's been crazy this year.
Yeah, coupled with your difficult schedule, depending on what class day it is and if it's a virtual day or whatever. So there's a lot going on, right?
For sure, for sure.
All right, Joseph, what about you? How do you keep everything on task?
Well, every day after baseball practice, I get right on my work. I jump right on the work, man.
You have to. I mean, with all of your type of classes, you can't get behind, right?
No, sir. No, sir.
Especially in athletics, no pass, no play. So you don't want to be that guy that's, sitting out, can't be in the dugout during a game or whatever, right? So it's a lot going on. Well, I have to hand it to both of y'all and Bobby too. Y'all have a very tough schedule. So, and baseball is a long season and a lot going on. And I mean, your spring break was baseball, right? It's your life.
Oh,
Right?
yes, sir.
You have to be committed to it. So, a lot going on with all that. All right, so let's move on to let's talk about the season so far. So, what's your general feelings about what's going on? I mean, I know in JV, expectations are there. It's there to get you ready for varsity. And yes, it's fun to win a lot of games, and you've won some games and you've lost some games. So, tell us about what's been going on. Whoever wants to start first.
Well, so we started off the season after tournaments. I think we won four games in a row our last tournament, and then we just kept building that the first two games of district. So we won our first two games of district, and then coming on to spring break, I guess everyone just kind of I don't know, just lost the memo or something. And our first game we lost to I can't really remember.
Santa Fe. Right?
Yeah, Santa Fe in Texas City.
We lost to Santa Fe first game in spring break. Tuesday.
No, we lost to Baytown Sterling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we ended up losing 3 games on spring break week. We lost to Baytown Sterling, then Santa Fe at Friday, and then Saturday we barely lost to Texas City in the 8th inning.
Yeah, they just broke away from us in that last inning.
Yeah. So it's I would say your season's going okay, as long as you can learn from your mistakes, correct?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
All our losses have been close too.
Yeah, I have to hand it to you. That is true.
It's always the last inning.
So I'm going to ask you
the last 2.
Back to your grades and the pressure of your grades and stuff. And I know you guys this never happens to you guys, but I know there's certain times, say your fellow teammate in a particular class may be misbehaving or something like that, and the teacher emails the coach. What happens when the coach gets that? Because I always hear coaches saying, "Yeah, I had to make this kid run or whatever." So tell us about that. What happens?
It's usually the whole team that runs.
Yeah, we usually got to run triangles.
I didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah, this one practice we basically just spent the whole time running.
It was usually 30 minutes of nonstop sprints.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So because X player misbehaved or something, and so it got the whole team in trouble.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so
Usually it's a group though. Like it'll be 2 or 3 dudes in a class.
Yeah.
like in the same class, just misbehaving or whatever.
Yes,
It
sir.
depends on how bad. Like if they do something really bad, the whole team won't run for it. But if it's just a group of us misbehaving and stuff, yeah, the whole team will run for it.
Wow. So hopefully that didn't happen very often, does it?
No, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
Probably happens maybe once, maybe twice, but after that, it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Did y'all get a little peer pressure going? Like if you find out why you're having to do it because, Johnny on the side, was misbehaving or disrespectful for a teacher, how do you handle it on the side to, make sure that didn't happen again?
Well, we've all messed up like at least once, so we just try to keep each other in check so that it won't happen again. But we don't go out and like blame just one guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, so it's a learning experience, but hopefully that doesn't happen very often, right?
Correct.
And I'm assuming too, probably if a player's grades are kind of falling. I know I know as a teacher, it's easier to email a coach than call a parent, because I think in essence we're probably doing you a favor. It's like let's start with the coach first. If something's happening in a classroom or whatever, that usually the coach can correct it a lot faster than upsetting parents or whatever. So what would you recommend? I'm a teacher. Tell me if you were if say your grades fell in a class and we needed to kickstart and kick you in the backside and get you back online, would you rather first us call a parent or myself call a parent, or call your coach or email your coach and say, hey, Johnny, grades have fallen and he or didn't take a test, didn't come to class? Would you rather tell the coach or tell mom?
I'd rather tell coach.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
Tends to make a happier home, right? So
definitely.
Exactly. But then again, that's never going to happen to you guys, or never has happened. So I have to hand it to you guys. I just can't believe y'all are so organized and that type of thing. You have to be just with your class schedule and your sophomore year, and they're going to go into your junior year. I mean, it's not going to get any easier. So I salute you guys, because you're developing such good habits, and habits can be really good if they're on the positive side, but you can develop bad habits too, right? That are hard to shake. So just stay organized, stay on top of it, stay ahead of the curve, and you guys will always be successful. So what are you looking forward to next year, academic wise? Or is there any special classes that you're looking for? And Bobby, you can jump in and answer it too. Is there a class that you're really looking forward to in your junior year taking?
Yeah, Coach Schuster started a Galveston history class this year, and a couple of us are taking it. I know me and Roy are, and James Trimble is.
That's in fact, Coach Schuster told me today. He goes, I have so many kids signing up for that class, so he doesn't even know how many sections going to have. But you know what? That is going to be the neatest class, and probably because I was talking to him, and they'll probably have tons of guest speakers. He could probably have a guest speaker every single day and still not, never run out of speakers or whatever. I think it's going to be the most interesting class on campus.
Yeah, he said we were going to do a lot of field trips next year, go to a lot of historical places.
And he received a grant to the Ed Foundation for like books and that type of stuff too. So yeah, everyone's really excited about that particular class. So we're looking forward to that. So Roy and Joseph, there's some 8th graders out there that are going to come to Ball High next year, and they're dreaming about playing baseball. What is your biggest piece of advice to give to them?
Always listen to coach.
Yeah, I'd say be coachable is the number one thing, because no matter how good you think you are in 8th grade, or even as freshman or sophomore, you can always learn something. So you just have to be able to do what coach tells you to do.
So tell me about your 2 coaches in the JV. It's kind of funny because they have two names that sound alike, right? Coach William Easter and Coach William Schuster, right? They rhyme. And so tell me about your coaches.
They're really interactive with us, and they connect with us on like many different levels, because they were pretty much us when they were in high school. It wasn't that long ago, so we can really relate. and they just help us. They help walk us through baseball and school if we need it, and they'll do whatever for us.
Yep, I would agree. Yeah, and I know like Schuster played. He was a tour, played baseball through high school, and I know Coach Easter's a big athletic guy too. So yeah, it's always good to have a younger coach because they're closer to your age, and you probably feel like they relate more than an older coach, right?
For sure.
For
Sure.
students today and that type of thing. Roy, what does TBOD mean to you?
TBOD, tour baseball or die. It's what we live by pretty much. We say it every day after practice, and it just reminds us that we like run as one, and we're always there for each other.
All right, Joseph, what does that mean to you?
Me, it means like we're a family. Like we stick to our team, or we just die as a team.
Kind of like a special group, right?
Yes, sir.
And as we always say to the outsiders, if you don't know what TBOD is, then you're not a part of it, right?
Yes,
That's what I'm
sir.
talking about.
If you have to ask, then you're not a part of it, right? So if you even dare have to ask, right, and then you don't know what it means and you're not a part of it. All right, Bobby, in one word, describe Roy and Joseph.
In one word, I would describe Joseph, or I guess it's 2 words, but a good friend. He's always helping with schoolwork. He's always on the baseball field picking people up. He's always down to go hit with you
Mm-hmm.
in the cages if you need to work on something, he'll go with you. Roy, I would describe him as confident. He's yeah. He always thinks we can win. He wants us. He doesn't just like try to win. He like knows we're gonna win. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he just tries to pick us up if we're losing or something instead of just giving up or whatever. He always keeps us going. Tries to keep us in the game.
Confident and positive, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Roy, your turn. Describe Bobby and Joseph, one word each.
Bobby, I'd say a leader. He's really vocal on the field. He's always picking one another up. And Joseph, there's a lot. Let me think. Shoot. I don't know. It's just I'd say confident too because he knows we can win, and he knows whenever he goes up at bat, even if he's not doing good, he's confident that he can get back on the next one. Just put an X on the last play and keep going.
All right, Joseph, your turn.
For basically this word just for both of them, because I would say optimistic, because they're always even on and off the field, they're always helping the whole team, picking each other up. Like they'll never like try to bring you down. They're always trying to help you up and advance to the next level.
I would agree from what I've seen. One last question. I've always kind of wondered this. When you guys show up to practice, I mean, kind of an outsider like me looking in, things look organized. How do you know, like, when you show up to practice, is it predetermined? Like, okay, when you show up to practice, first half hour, we're going to do this, then we're going to transition to this, or is there a particular schedule? How do you stay organized where everyone knows what they're doing?
Yeah, our coach does a really good job of like pinning a schedule every day on the board, and we always go to the same spot at the beginning of practice. So we go put our bags down, get dressed, ready for practice, whatever, and then go check the schedule, see what we're gonna be doing that day.
And initially, we have the same routine every day. We usually stretch and then do some warm up like sprints and karaoke and stuff, and then we'll run the bases and get our arms loose, and then go from there.
So you show up, throw your stuff down, stay organized, that type of thing. Does everyone, like in the dugout, does everyone have a certain spot? Like when you come in, like Bobby always dumps his stuff in this spot or whatever, or?
Yeah, I try to put my stuff in the same spot every day just so I know where it always is.
Well, you're the catcher. You have all that gear and.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he probably has, would you guys agree, the most hectic job during the game. He's always in and out of that gear.
By far, it's insane.
Especially,
I've watched
when
him.
he's
I
on
mean,
the bases.
I've watched him. He has it down to an art. It's just kind of like click, like when it's time to come off. I guess because he's always having to watch. The batters. Where you are in the lineup too, because he has to be ready. He can't be caught off guard. So he's always watching. Then he has it down to art whenever he has to go pick up a bat, get on deck. He just goes click, 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 and everything is off. And almost whenever he's running back and putting his gear back on too. So that's a lot of stuff. Catching gear in addition, I guess, like keeping up with your favorite bat. You bring. Does everyone have their own favorite bat you bring?
My favorite bat's Joseph's bat.
Yeah, we use Joseph's bat.
Justin's bat. Why is Justin's bat so special?
It's brand new.
I got that good luck touch on that bat. Always giving them good luck.
That's right. It just feels good swinging it, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we played 2 games this week, right? Friday and Saturday. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And from what I hear, Friday's game is out of town, correct? In Baytown?
Yes, sir.
It's like
Yes,
Goose
sir.
Creek. I think it's against Goose Creek.
Yeah.
Goose Creek.
And I think I wrote down game time out of town's at 5. Then you play at home on Saturday against LaPorte right at noon, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's been kind of weird because the district has more teams in it, and like we had a bye this week. Is that correct? Is that why we didn't play on
Yes, sir.
Tuesday?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you had the day off then, but I'm assuming you still practice, right?
Oh,
Yes.
sir.
There's never a day
Never
off in
stop.
baseball, right? You always practice, right?
Never.
Yeah.
One last question. So whenever you're at the field, do you practice at different times than when varsity does, or how does that work?
Our practices usually overlap. So we'll start in the middle of their practice and then they'll end in the middle of ours. So they get some field time, or they get the field time the whole entire time they play. But whenever they're done, we get the field.
So it's pretty well a routine set. When if varsity started first, then you guys show up. You know where to go, where you're not getting on things all messed up with varsity and that type of thing.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm sure if you didn't have a routine, things could get scrambled really quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for being a part of this edition towards baseball line JV edition. Much good luck on your upcoming games this weekend. I'm sure you will do well. Make us proud and continue to study hard. And again, my hat's off to all 3 of you and the other guys we had on the first show. Academic wise, it could be easy. You could say, well, I'm playing sports, so I'm gonna kind of let up on my academics and take some easier classes, but not you guys. I'm impressed. So congratulations on that. All right, great success in the future, and we'll talk again soon.
Sounds good.
Thank you.